So I'm just here eating some Chinese food with Paisley and Paris, my two girly girls. And the topic we are talking about today is how big my belly was when I had them each on my bellies. And
Me and Paris.
I tell them that the way babies come out is either you push them out or the doctor has to cut your belly open and take the baby out from your stomach. So I just told these girls that I had to push them out. And they're like, I'm like, do you know where you came out of when I say I pushed you out? And Paris says, my belly button. And I'm like, no, you didn't come out my belly button.
And one more thing.
And then she said, baby heaven. And I said, that would be very great if that were true.
And then one more I said.
What? And then she said, God. And I said, well, I'm the one that pushed you out. So God is not the one that pushed you out. But
God's the one that put me in the belly.
right, God is the one that put her in the belly. So when I told them, when I said, I pushed you out and you two came out of, when I pushed, look at me. When I pushed you out, it hurt really bad. Look at me, Paisley. Look at me, don't look at the camera. It hurt. And you know where you came out of?
You're private.
My nanny. You came out, your head came out of my nanny.
That's crazy. You're private.
That wasn't their reaction. Their reaction was mute. They were like, so I'm making this video now because I was like, I wish I would have recorded their reaction when I told them that they came out of you know where. Because now they're looking at me like, no wonder babies come out all bloody when you push them out. And I'm like, some babies. Paris and Paisley actually didn't come out bloody. They actually came out clean. Surprisingly. Yep. You girls didn't come out with blood on you, like with blood on your body. You just came out clean because I used to drink so much water when you was in my belly.
And you didn't drink soda because you didn't want us to have blood all over it.
Well, no. But soda, you're not supposed to drink soda when you're pregnant because that's not good. And you're not supposed to drink coffee when you're pregnant because that's not good either. You're not supposed to do a lot of things when you're pregnant. You're supposed to only eat healthy. If you go to like a park, you can't go on rides because guess what? Something could happen to the baby.
The baby could get sick.
No, the baby could stop breathing and die in your belly.
Oh, that's just gonna say die.
So you don't want that to happen. So there's a lot of things that you can't do when you have a baby in your belly. You can't drink big people drinks because that's not allowed. You can't eat certain foods.
Are you allowed to eat Chinese food?
Yeah, you can eat Chinese food. You can't eat certain like seafoods like in the beginning because like seafood, they carry, like since fish carry bacteria inside their body. And if you eat bacteria, which is like basically germs, then guess what? Everything that you eat is going straight to the baby. That's what the baby is eating. Everything that you drink is going everything that you put in your body, the baby is getting it. So there's a lot of things that I didn't do. I did everything by the book when I had you and Paisley in my belly.
And I want to tell you something.
I did everything perfect so that you girls can come out healthy and beautiful and smart the way you did.
I need to say something. That's why the husband is there for you to help you.
Yes.
The things that you're supposed to do, like doing laundry and stuff, the husband can do it.
Yep, they're supposed to, because when you have a big belly, you can't pick up heavy things either, because that can hurt the baby. Like, you can't pick up stuff that's like heavy, like boxes, like,
Are
let's
you
say,
allowed to dance when you're pregnant?
yeah, you can dance, but you have to be careful. You can't do like anything like dramatic, like, you know, just slow dancing and
Like-
stuff.
Like that.
No, you can't do that.
Like. Like this?
Yeah, you can do that. But yeah. So, you know, it's very important to take care of, I have to take care of my body, my health,
But what if you get
everything around me, because let's say like if there's something around me that can get me sick, that's not good either.
for the baby?
Nope. Yep, I can't be around people that smoke, because that's not good at all.
Like that lady yesterday when we were at the mall. She just smoked away from us.
Yeah, but that was a vape. That's not, a vape is the little black thing that she had. It's not like if she wasn't smoking like cigarettes or something. But you wouldn't know the difference anyway. You'll understand when you're older. But anyways, so yeah. So babies come out 2 different ways. And you girls came out the same way. With Paris, it was very difficult because she was the first baby. So first babies are always harder. Paris, I was in labor for 27 hours, okay? 27 hours. And in those 27 hours, if I would have known, which I'm going to tell you exactly what happened with Paisley, but if I would have known that I wasn't going to be able to eat, I would have grabbed myself something to eat before I had Paris, because I didn't eat anything and I was super hungry. So with Paris, my stomach started hurting. So I started to get my hospital bag ready, to get like all the baby bag ready, Paris's baby bag ready. And I went to the hospital and they told me that I was only 2 centimeters, which isn't enough. They're only gonna keep you if you're 4 centimeters. I'm in New York City. And I'm like, oh man, like I'm gonna have to go back home. So me and Papi had to drive me back home after like I was in so much pain, and I was like,
With Paisley?
no, with you. So then we drove back home. So then I went in the bathtub because I heard that the pain is gonna like be a little bit less if I'm in the bathtub and I like have like warm hot water thrown on my belly. So I did that. Papi was like, where we was living in a studio basement apartment, which means we didn't really have that much hot water. So Papi had to take a big bowl and heat up hot water and put it in the microwave just so the water could get warm, because we had ran out of hot water. So I was in the bathtub and I was like, oh my God, please somebody help me. And then I couldn't hold the pain anymore. So I said, Papi, please take me to the hospital. I can't hold it anymore. It hurts so bad. Please just take me. So then he took me again to the hospital. And then we got there. So then when I got there, I was only 3 centimeters, which is still less than 4. And they only keep you when you're 4. So they're like, okay, you just have to wait in the waiting area. And they're like, when they first seen me, they're like, when is your due date? And I'm like, today. Because my belly wasn't huge. It was a small belly. So they didn't believe me. And my water didn't break. And so I'm there waiting, and finally they gave me a bed, not a room, just a bed to just monitor, you know, like the heart, the baby's heartbeat, Paris's heartbeat, to make sure that she's okay in my belly still. So then they actually broke my water when I was 4 centimeters. No, I'm lying. No, they didn't do that. They waited for me to get a room. And even when I got a room, I was in excruciating pain. And I told them, not only was my belly hurting because you was ready to come out, but my belly was also hurting me because I was hungry, because I didn't eat anything.
You didn't even eat breakfast?
No.
Oh my God.
So when they gave me my private room, I still wasn't progressing. I had went to 4 centimeters. Centimeters is when like your nanny opens up little by little so that the baby could come out. So my nanny had to be 10 centimeters. It had to be this big for you to be able to fit through it.
Oh yeah,
for
if
you
your
to come
nanny
out.
was like this small how it is right now, I wouldn't be able to come out.
Absolutely not. So I stood at 5 centimeters for 5 hours. 5 hours. And they told me, if you don't progress, we're going to have to do a C-section. And a C-section is when the doctors cut the belly open to take the baby out. So they said, if you don't reach to 10 centimeters, we're going to have to cut you open. And I cried and I said, no, please, just give me a few more hours. I'm going to progress. I don't want a C-section. That's what I don't want. I don't want them to cut me open. Please. So I was in so much pain. I asked for epidural. Couldn't hold it no more. I was in so much pain. I was throwing up liquid, yellow liquid.
Ew.
Yep. So then they gave me the epidural, and the epidural is a shot that they put in your back so you don't feel no more pain for a few minutes, a few hours. So they gave me the shot one time. It didn't work. My body rejected it. They told my mom and my husband, oh, it's only going to be 15 minutes, but you have to step out of the room. You can't be in here. And they gave me the shot, but it didn't work the first time. They gave me the shot again the second time right after. It didn't work the second time either. So they thought I was lying, and they said, we gave it to you twice and you're saying that it still hurts you. So what they did was they moved the monitor, the computer, which was telling them that it showed them like if I was having a contraction or not. And I was not lying. So I started, basically screaming, moaning whenever I did get the contraction. And they was like, wow, she really does still feel it. Like she's not lying. She feels it. So I'm like, of course I feel it. Like, this is not a time and a place to lie about something. This is ridiculous. So and then they gave me the epidural the third time right there. And right now, like, everybody outside the room is panicking. My husband's panicking. My mom is like, what's going on? It's been like almost an hour now. Why is she still in there? You said it was going to be quick. It's not quick. So they had to give it to me 3 times, the epidural, so that it can work, because that's how bad my body was just rejecting it, and it was just, the medicine was not working for me at all. So as soon as they gave me the third one, that's when I started feeling like my legs go numb. I couldn't feel my legs little by little. Then it went all the way up to my belly, which is where it hurted, and my back. I didn't feel no pain. And I said, oh my God, it's a miracle. I don't feel no pain.
How many days have you been feeling the pain?
Well, for a few hours. So then they gave me that, and I was happy. And then a few hours later, they told me that I was progressing, that I was 7 centimeters. When they checked me again, I took a nap. I fell asleep for like maybe an hour. I needed it because I already had been in the hospital all day. Now we're talking about it's like 9 o'clock at night now, and I'm only at 7 centimeters. I came to have Paris at 3, almost 3 something in the morning. I'm not sure. I forgot.
You have to have 3 centimeters to get 10.
You have to have 10 centimeters to push the baby out. So then I kept on falling in and out of naps. They kept on making sure that the baby's heartbeat was good. It was good. Then they popped my water. That's when they took it out. When they saw I wasn't progressing for the 5 centimeters, that's when they had broke my water. And then...
What does broke water mean?
Because the baby is inside... When the baby's inside of you, is in a sack.
What's inside?
It's like a bubble. You're inside of a bubble. So the bubble is full of water. So they pop the water, they pop the bubble where you're inside of. So now you can come down and you can get out. So they pop the water. So now she's in my belly with my water broken. So now I have to progress because now she's going to catch some type of bacteria because she's been in my belly for so long, for so many hours. So now they're thinking that she's going to get sick. So I said, oh my God, this is a nightmare. Then I started to feel the pain again. I clicked it, got another dose, went to sleep again, woke up because I said, I feel like I have to push. I feel like I have to, poop. And they told me that's what it feels like. So they said, you sure? And I said, yes, I'm sure. Call the doctor right now. So they called the nurse. They checked me down there and they lifted up the blanket and then they saw her head coming out. So they said, oh my God, she's not lying. Let's get the doctor in here immediately. They told me, don't push. I said, okay. So the doctors came. They put my legs up. Papi was holding my leg. Mommy was holding my leg. They were both holding my 2 legs. And then I was pushing. I did 3 pushes. In the first push, I pushed so much that I actually pooped. TMI, too much information. Sorry, people. But I pooped a little bit. So then Mama, which is my mom, she like almost fainted because she seen that and she was just like, she couldn't hold it no more. So she got dizzy. She had a whole nurse on her on the side because she felt sick. So then Papi was holding both my legs up. Papi's strong. So they told me, give me 1 push. They said, give me 1 push. Push really hard. So then I pushed. And that was the second push. And then they said, oh my God, you're such a great pusher. This is your first baby? And I'm like, yes, because technically, if you're a woman, you should be able to know how to push from the back and from the front. So by the 3rd push, and they counted to 10. Every time you push, you go like this. And they count to 10 and you got to keep on pushing. They counting 1, 2, 3. And this whole time you got to be holding your breath pushing. So by the 3rd push, she was out. Paris was out. Paris was in the world now. They put her on top of my chest.
That's what they always do. You have to explore your baby when it comes out.
Mommy, what about me? Mommy, what about me?
I'm almost getting to you, Mama. You was pretty easy compared to Paris. So they put Paris on my chest, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "No, please take her. I don't want her right now. I felt like I was just gonna pass out. Like that's how sick I was, and that's how hungry I was, and I was still in pain with my stomach. So they took Paris from me, and I told Papi, I'm like, I need something to eat immediately because I'm about to pass out.
Did he call like a store or something?
So as they're taking my placenta out, he went to the vending machine and got me some combos, cheese combos, and I was eating while they was trying to take my placenta out, which didn't want to come out. So, because it had broke inside of me. So I'm like, I'm like, please just leave it. Because I lost so much blood. And when I fell out after I ate the combos, I fell out. Everybody was like still checking on me. They was worried. And then when I woke up, I peed a lot. And then that's when I peed out the placenta. Then I went back to the room and yada, yada, yada. So then Paisley, this easy little thing right here,
Who's that?
she was pretty easy.
Puppy!
So, come Sarah. So then Paisley, we was at my mom's house. We was living at Mama's house. And then I woke up in the middle of the night. Well, it was like 5 something in the morning. It was like 5 something in the morning. And I'm like, babe, I didn't even wake him up. This time I went straight to the kitchen. I grabbed me a bowl of cereal because I learned my lesson. Because I don't know how many hours I was going to be there. Grabbed me a bowl of cereal and I ate. I packed the baby's bag. Then I went to him and I said, babe, I'm feeling some pains, but I don't want to go yet because I don't want them to send me home because I doubt I'm 4 centimeters. So he was like, you sure, babe? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to hold it. So I was getting these contractions like at 4 something in the morning. Then around 6:30 in the morning, I went to the tub. Did the same thing. He was throwing me hot water at me. I had the hot tub on. And then my mom walked in and she's like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, she's feeling pains. And she's like, well, you got to go to the hospital. Don't wait. So I went to the hospital when I felt like I couldn't hold the pain no more.
Did you even go to the same hospital?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
And I went to the same hospital and then they told me that they didn't have no beds. Which means...
Yeah!
Which means that I had to basically leave the hospital, Einstein, that I was in, and I had actually drove 17 minutes away. Not even, like 12 minutes away. Drove away, then had to come back to where my mom is. Had to come back to where my mom lives, and I had to go to Montefiore, which used to be Our Lady of Mercy. So I'm already in pain on the way to the hospital, and then he's like, I put the gown back on. I mean, I put my clothes back on because they told me they didn't have no beds. I was so upset. I was in pain, and he's like eating almost all the red lights on our way over here to Montefiore. And we went through the emergency room. And he's like, he walked in, I'm in a wheelchair. He's like, my wife is 7 centimeters. Somebody help me. She's about to give birth right now. She's ready. So they took me immediately. They took me fast. And they gave me a room quick. Because he was just so dramatic. Then, they took my insurance information, and I was only in labor with Paisley for 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours, and with Paris it was 27 hours.
It was really...
And with Paisley, I pushed twice, and she came out.
Oh my God, how easy it is to have a second child, but the third child is way more easy.
Oh, well, you don't know that. So, Paisley was a piece of cake. Paris was a little bit harder. In the next video, we'll talk about who was the cranky baby and who was the good baby. But either way, they're both beautiful, good girls today and healthy. And anything you want to say? What?
So first, mommy is trying to squeeze hard, and then I get out. And it
Right.
was
So
probably
you do the, because you're good at that. Paris is good at this.
please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell,
And they're like,
turn on our notifications so you don't miss any of our videos.
and we'll see you next time.